conference final. Last time we were on the air was just before puck drop, and this place was wild, raucous. It is stunned silence in this building right now. We wondered what the Canes would look like after 11 days off, and we got a good answer there. Liam McHugh, Nancy Carter, Henrik Lundqvist, Paul Bissonnette, Wayne Gretzky. You're Rod Brindamore. You were worried about the physical side of things. The mental side of things didn't look all that good either in the first.
Well, I think the biggest thing was they got too antsy. They got too aggressive. They lost their focus as far as their hockey sense went. One of the things they've done well all year long, and especially in the 8 games, they back each other up. It's so out of character for their team to be running around. Even on the Caulfield goal, there's no reason for Vetnikov to go running into the corner there because he was on his backhand. If he just stays stationary there, he intercepts the pass, and away you go. They just got, what's your word when you say you get over-aggressive? What do you say?
Too horny.
There you go. That's exactly what happened.
Another great assist from Wayne Gretzky.
That's exactly what happened that entire period, I think.
Yeah, they lost their minds, essentially. They left the middle of the ice exposed way too many times to make plays on the outside. And I got a text from Army, too. He said, I think they gave up the most breakaways in the regular season this year. And sure enough, Jazz looked it up, and that's the case. And that's what happens when sometimes you want to be over-aggressive, where, yes, it could be their biggest attribute, but could also be their biggest Achilles heel.
And 2 things for me. You have a long playoff, and then you have to play a simple first 5 to 10 minutes to get. I think they underestimated the fact that they've been away from game time for 11 days. So simplify first 5 to 10 minutes. Second thing for me, I do not think they expected Montreal to be this fast. They played 2 series now where they played 2 teams that they work hard, they have a lot of skill. But suddenly they're facing a team that rely on their speed. You saw how Montreal, every time they're breaking out the puck from their own end, it was tape to tape, and it was going in a hurry every time, and they were able to create a lot of offense from it. So a lot to talk about in their locker room. They need to simplify Carolina before they get their brain and their legs going.
Well, speaking of previous series too, the Canes gave up a lot of great scoring opportunities to the Philadelphia Flyers. They just didn't capitalize, guys.
Yeah.
Montreal has way more skill than the Philadelphia Flyers at this point. And for the Montreal Canadiens, look who scored. Demidov and Caulfield. You don't want those 2 young guns feeling their mojo in this series, Biz. That's a bad sign for the Carolina Hurricanes early.
And we talk about speed, too. It's not just them skating. It's also how quickly they move the puck, right?
Yes,
and that,
100%.
to me, it was what stuck out probably the most. And as we're going to get to the highlight here, we're going to see a couple brain-dead plays. And we can even talk about the first one. As you said, they were very excited they scored that first goal. But Svetch gets aggressive offensively and then also defensively. So here's when it goes 4-on-4. You're going to have Gostisbehere forcing on the outside, but center has to stay locked to center. Jarvis, there's no reason for him to go to the wall here. He's got Deneau ahead of him. Deneau is his centerman because Aho got kicked out. Well, he dips in. All of a sudden, Deneau, I mean, he's not a world burner as far as how much fast and speed he has, and then ends up going in. So here's the next one here. And then this is going to be on the forecheck. This is Texier. It's a classic forecheck here. He gets body on Slavin right there. But what I love about this is we always talk about Slavin's stick. Boom. He pops out. He gets away from Slavin. A great job of creating separation. Now here's the other breakaway. Just a quick, simple play up the wall. And boom. Edzo did a great job of breaking this time. If you're Keandre Miller, there is no need for you to go over the wall to force things and open up the middle of the ice, and they're simply taking advantage of it. They lost their minds. There's no reason to leave There's no reason to leave the middle of the ice to go force a guy by the boards.
So that's the hard part, right? You've been away from game action for 11 days. You love to play aggressive, but you have to understand, all it takes is a little bit off, and suddenly playing that aggressive is going to expose you so much. So until they're on top of it, like with the details within how aggressive they can be, they need to simplify.
It could be 7-1-2 this game.
No kidding.
It could be breakaways that were missed opportunities. 14-3 high danger chances in favor of the Montreal Canadiens.
And you guys said it best. They play an aggressive style, but they relied on their teammate all year long. And they've had these 11 days off, and maybe mentally it was tough for them in that first period. But when Keandre Miller moved over, he's used to that centerman being in his spot, making sure he's backing him up. And that didn't happen in that period, and they kept getting caught out of position.
And I think sometimes, in this case, in this series, especially taking off that first period, sometimes you're just going to have to back off and maybe give up the line, and then that first back checker, he can then pull off and then take the threat to the outside. And patience is going to end up helping them out. Let's see if they're willing to make adjustments, because in the past, they haven't, and that's a big reason why they find themselves in the situation in the conference finals.
I don't think it's in their DNA. I think they just go, go, go. There's no such thing of them sitting back. And so you're going to live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. So they better be backing each other up if they're going to live by the sword.
Great job with the nearest highlights there, Biz. It is 4-1. Montreal